Okay, so what we're doing is we're learning how to modify and edit nodes, and we're going to look at the eraser and some of its companion tools. So we're back with our original shapes here. I'm going to take these two shapes and make them a bit bigger by holding down the Shift key, grabbing them from the corner, just so it's a little easier to see what I'm doing. And the first thing I want to show you is the eraser tool. I'm going to go over here, grab the eraser tool. And we're going to be looking at the eraser, scissors, and knife. So I'm going to do a tear off. Here's my eraser. And the first thing is I can change the size of the eraser with my left and right square bracket keys. So I'll make the eraser big and then drag it into the shape, and you'll see that it just kind of erases directly into the shape. And that's the eraser tool. I'm going to undo that. Now the shape looks a little bit differently if I don't have a stroke. I'm going to take the stroke off. Do the same thing, grab that eraser tool and erase. So I had to select the shape to erase. Grab the black selection tool, select the shape, and there's my eraser. So that's one way to modify the shape. I'm going to undo that and step backwards. In fact, I think I want to go back to when the shapes both had a stroke. So I just kept stepping backwards until they had a stroke. The next tool I want to show you is the scissors tool. So I'm going to click on that scissors. I'm going to select the circle. I can see where the nodes are. I'm going to grab the scissors. And so the pen suite has an add and a subtract anchor point tool. This is different. I'm literally taking that node and snapping it apart. So I click into that node with the scissors. And you'll see it says shape expanded. I grab my direct selection tool, click away, then I click into the node. And you'll see that I've literally taken that node and snapped it open. And that's what the scissors tool allows me to do. I'll grab the scissors tool and click on the node here in the corner. And once again, I'll grab my direct selection tool and I'll click and drag away. And you'll see that what I've done here is I've literally snapped open that node. And that's what the scissors tool allows me to do. I'm going to step backwards. So these are different ways that I can work with and edit my nodes. And when I'm doing different types of drawing, I'll need to deploy all these different techniques, right? The pen tool, flip and join, the compound paths. Let's move on to the knife tool. So I grab the knife tool and I click and drag through the shape. You'll see that I've taken that shape and it sliced it. I click away and now I can separate it like so, okay? I'll grab the knife tool and I'll drag through this shape. Oh, let's select it. And then let's try the knife tool. And you'll see that I have successfully taken this shape. Click away, then click on each part, and I've subdivided that shape. Now I can also use other shapes to divide the shapes on screen. I can use any tool. Let's say I want to use the straight line tool. So I could grab that, click and draw a straight line. And what I need to do in this case is that the straight line needs to be selected. The shape underneath does not. I go up to Object, I go down to Path, and I choose the option Divide Objects Below. And you'll see that what I've done is I have successfully taken that shape and used that path to divide the objects beneath. I'm going to undo that, step backwards. So I can use any kind of path that cuts all the way through the shape for this. I can grab the pen tool and make a path with the pen tool. All right, I'm going to hit escape, take the fill off. So let's say I want it to divide the path using this shape. I'll select the shape, go to Object, Path, Divide Objects Below. And you'll see that I've taken that shape and divided by the shape above. All right, so I just have to create any kind of shape I want, sit on top of the other shape, and then use that shape to cut the shape underneath. So that's how I use the eraser. That's how I use the knife. And that's how I use the scissors tool to modify and edit the nodes.